A night of theater with an important message. The About Face Theater's newest production explores the reality of living with addiction.
The Brightest Thing in the World is a heartfelt play that celebrates love, family, and the people in our lives who shine the brightest. Deanna Dye and Kira Fromm join us with more. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Kira, for anyone who doesn't know, tell us about Face Theater.
Yeah, I'm going to have Deanna talk about Face first.
Of course, yeah. Well, About Face's mission is to advance LGBTQ+ equity through performance and through community building and education. So, like, it's really using these plays and these stories to talk about real-world issues. And yeah, all the events we have following the show and things like that are related to like just taking the impact from the theater to like the real world.
And so, Kira, tell us, you're directing the production. Tell us about it.
Yeah, my pleasure. The Brightest Thing in the World is a fantastic new play by a wonderful playwright named Leah Nanako Winkler. It centers on these two women, Lane and Steph, as they meet cute in a bakery and begin to fall in love. You know, all of that warm swirl of romantic comedy energy is in the air. We see them connect about sweet treats and politics and their mutual dreams and aspirations. And then we see them do the hard work of building relationship and family. And with that, of course, comes revealing some deeper inner truths, such as a history of addiction and personal trauma. And we in the audience worry and wonder if those things are going to threaten this relationship. But ultimately, the play is a really loving, warm, funny, life-affirming play about falling in love and battling addiction and the many ways we're all in recovery from something, if not the other.
And what I love about this theater is that you're kind of then taking that story a step further and telling people afterwards or sharing with people ways that you can help them through these issues. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so actually tomorrow we have an event at the Den starting at 4:45 after the show, so it'll be in the theater. And that event is about like public health. We'll have some local experts talking about like the opioid crisis and ways that like everyday people can help. We're also able to give out Narcan actually to everyone after the show for free because of some orgs that have sponsored us, like COIP with UIC Public Health, and then also Healthcare Alternative Systems. Sorry, everybody's got like a little acronym situation.
Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you. And so, yeah, we've done other cool events with Narcan advocates and things like that. We had John Michael, local Narcan advocate, also do like a crafting event, and we did a discussion with the playwright and the director.
Yeah, that was fun.
So all of these things are, to just like have folks impacted.
Love that you're providing resources, like Sarah said. But the nice thing is nobody really wants to be lectured to about addiction, and it sounds like this is a story that people can relate to, that there are some fun, lighter moments in the story. And of course, this is ultimately a very human story in the sense that so many people, you know, we all know somebody that's dealing with addiction and perhaps even with painkillers or opioids, right?
Yes, absolutely. People have been really stirred by it. There's been a lot of laughter, a lot of tears, a lot of laughter through tears. You know, there are these two aspects of the play. One is this really grounded realism, these scenes that take place in places like living rooms and bakeries and cafes. And then there's this other component, which is this very lyrical, expressive, poetic language, which has been providing folks with a real visceral, sort of emotional roller coaster kind of response to the play, which is a tribute to the fantastic play and the three really fantastic actresses who are leading the play, Sid Blakewell, JoJo Brown, and Claire Kaplan, who really just have a fantastic affection and love for not only one another, but the characters and the play itself, and it really makes you root for everyone.
And you make it easy for people to come to, too, with their pricing structure.
That's true. Yeah, we have a pay what you can pricing structure at About Face Theater. You can pay as little as $5 all the way up to $35. That mission is really just entrenched in giving everybody access who wants to see the play, access to see the play.
Well, I love it. Well, we are rooting for you. Thank you for everything that you're doing. The Brightest Thing in the World runs until April 13th. You can catch the show and their special panel discussion tomorrow, April 6th, as Dion said. For more information, just head to aboutfacetheater.com or find them on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much.
Thank you.